Hey, what's up, guys? All right, check this out. I grabbed the new Rodecaster Pro 2. I have the first one, and it was like a game changer for me for making podcasts and even doing my live stream. With the new one, they've stepped it up a lot. They just kind of redid everything. Now it's aimed at more than just podcasting. It's aimed at musicians and streamers as well as podcasters. And if you got any kind of imagination, I'm sure you can think of something else to do with it. I picked this up because in addition to podcasting, I do live streaming and I'm a musician. I saw the capability of replacing my Scarlett interface with this. Normally when I go on the road, I'm bringing the Rodecaster and I'm bringing my Scarlett interface to do recording, and then it's a podcast as well. They've upgraded the mic pre's, and they've even made it so like if you have the SM7B, you no longer need a booster like this Triton Fed head here. You get a clean boost just plugging right into the device now, so you no longer need this, which is great. So it's a little less things you have to bring. So I went crazy. I went all over YouTube. Couldn't really find anything specifically for my needs as far as recording. Like if I want to be tracking on the road, doing vocals or guitars, or having my bass player, throw it on a bass line, something like that. I wasn't able to find anything, so I had to kind of do some deep dives and really experiment. And this morning I kind of figured out a workaround as of now to get this to work in Pro Tools and Logic and any other DAW. I use Pro Tools mostly, and I was able to figure out the routing situation and how to make it work for tracking. What's cool about the Rodecaster Pro 2, you can actually save scenes or shows. Here's the Rodecaster Pro 2 right here. I'm sorry, it's a little blown out. I can't really see the cool colors, but anyway, you've got these show settings now, so you can import, like this one's called tracking, and I'll show you how I set it up. But this button says import, this is export, this is new show, and this is your recordings, the recordings you have on your own SD card here. That's what this button is. I'm sorry you can't see it. But anyway, so I set up a new show called tracking, and then I've got a show called podcast, and then I'll create a new show as well called live stream. And what that does is it saves your settings. So as you can see here, you've only got these two lit up, this one lit up, and I've cleared out all of the pads. That's because during tracking, I only want to focus on the tracking phase. I don't want to accidentally hit a sound effect or a background music or anything like that while I'm working the board here while we're tracking. And then I've got for number one here, I've just got the SM7B, and I wish you could see that better. I'm so sorry. But I've got the SM7B preset as number one. And, I would adjust this depending on which mic we end up using on the road or something like that. But most likely it'd be like the SM7B or like the pod mic even. In channel number two, I have this set to the instrument preset, which is, you can't see, but there's a little guitar here. And I think the preset level is at like, something like 20 or 30, maybe 40 dB. And I have it hooked up to my Kemper over here, which is off camera, you can't see. My Kemper's plugged in here directly from XLR into the back here. And I just turned the level all the way down. So like, yeah, you see it jump in there. Right now it's at 30 dB, so I take it all the way down to 0 dB because you don't need any of that boost. It's all coming from the amp over here. So that's what I have as channel 2. So it's vocal, guitar, or bass, and then over here is where I have the USB. So USB is going into my computer, my Mac Mini. And this is what I'll use for playback in Pro Tools right here. And then I'll move the fader for monitoring while we're tracking. So I've got the headphone amp here, just set to noon. And then I'll be able to move the fader here on Pro Tools, so the playback, if they need a little bit louder or a little quieter or whatever, you can do that. And then of course here we can adjust the settings for the mic and the guitar or whatever to their liking. What I noticed was when you're tracking, you have to set it up to be, so like for example, I'll go ahead and I'll press record here. Check 1 2. Hey 1 2. What's going on? How you feeling? How you living? What's going on? All right. Yeah, if you'll notice too, the waveforms are pretty small, and I'm getting a decent gain, so I think I'll just leave that alone for now. Still experimenting with this, but let's take a listen back. Check, check, 1, 2. Hey, hey, 1, 2. What's going on? How you feeling? How you living? What's going on? All right, all right. Yeah, if you'll notice. Okay, so there's that. So that's playback. So when I go back to if I go back to here, I'll show you what it's doing. Check, check, 1, 2. Hey, hey, 1, 2. What's going on? How you feeling? How you living? What's going on? All right, all right. Yeah, if you'll notice, see that it's like that's the playback there. Check, check, 1, 2. Hey, hey, 1, 2. What's going on? What's going on? All right, all right. Right. Yeah, if you'll notice, so that's how I get the playback, right? What I've done here is into my setup, I go to my playback engine. Logic would be about the same. You go to your audio section and you'll select your interface. And here I just have it selected Rodecaster Pro 2 main. Okay, that's what I'm using. And I've already got this set, so I don't need to do that. And then I go in, and since I got my vocal, I have my vocal here on channel 1. I'm going to go over here and make sure that I'm set to interface channel 1. The weird thing is, if I want to do like a track over top, let's say I put it on channel 2, right? For like guitar, let's just say. So here I've got a guitar on channel 2, and I pulled it down because it's pretty loud when I have it set to Unity. So I'll pull it down here. And I have the level again set to 0. So because the amp is doing all the work here, if I add any, if I increase the gain, it's just going to make it distorted and weird. So the Kemper is doing all the work here. Then we go back to Pro Tools, and now I've got it set to channel 2, right? Check, check, 1, 2. Hey, hey, 1, 2. What's going on? How you living? What's going on? All right, all right. And if you'll notice, check, check, 1, 2. Hey, hey, 1, 2. What's going on? How you feeling? How you living? What's going on? All right, all right. Yeah, if you'll notice. Okay, and I'm still messing with the levels. Some levels come out like really quiet, and it's probably something to do with if I push this back to Unity and I maybe bring my headphone amp down a little bit, it'd probably help. But for the sake of this video, I'm not going to go into all that. All right, this is where it gets weird right here. If I record enable this, and I'm set to input 2, which is my guitar, right? But if I record enable this, hey, hey, check 1, 2, you can see right here that it's metering when I talk, right? It's picking up my vocal. So this is essentially picking up everything that's coming through this board is going into Pro Tools. No matter what channel I have set, it's going to pick it up and record it. Let's solo this, and I'll let you hear what this sounds like. Check, check, 1, 2. Hey, hey, 1, 2. What's going on? So if you notice, you're not only hearing the guitar, but you're hearing the vocal as well that I did up here on this track. So it's actually recording the playback as well. And the same if I were to go back and do like another thing over top of this guitar. Let's do another guitar track. Now I'm just gonna talk some shit. Let's see. We're back on input 1, which is my SM7B right here. Hello, hello. What's up, guys? Yup, this is me just talking, just bullshitting. Okay, so now let's take a listen to that. We'll solo it out. Just anything. Hello, hello. What's up, guys? Yup, this is me just talking. So if you notice, between my vocal stuff here is this guitar stuff that we did under here. So that makes it really weird. Okay, the workaround here is that I have to mute the SM7B in order to not pick up any room noise or me, breathing or anything like that while I'm tracking the guitar. So I'll do that real quick. I am muting now. Okay, turn it back on. And so we'll just take a listen real quick. Solo it out, just the guitar part. Okay, sounds clean. So now let's go back on, let's do some, just put some vocal over top of it. Okay, here's where it gets even more weird, is that now that we've got some guitar laid down and we want to put some vocal over top of it, here's what happens when I try to do that. Hey, hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? This is just a test. Hello, Cleveland. How are you? All right, you can already see it right here. Okay, here's my vocal stuff, but then here's all this guitar stuff in between. Let's solo it out. So there's no guitar. It's just gonna be just the vocal track. Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? This is just a test. Hello, Cleveland. So you can imagine how chaotic that would get and how crazy it would just mess up your recording. You wouldn't be able to do any real tracking. And as I said before, one of the things that really excited me about the RCP2 is that I would be able to record with it as well as podcast. Here's what I figured out. So I've got my playback muted and soloed. Solo is so I can still hear the playback, and the mute is going to keep it from getting into my recording over in Pro Tools. And then I'm going to solo my vocal. We'll go back to Pro Tools now. I'll be able to record my vocal, and the playback on the guitar that I'm tracking over will not get into my vocal recording. Here we go. Hello. What's up? Hello, Cleveland. Now we got a nice clean vocal, nothing in between. And now we're cooking with gas, as they say. Stupid. So let's go back and listen. We'll solo this out. This is just the vocal track. And I forgot to unmute the playback, so there's nothing here for you to listen to. So just my stupid voice right now explaining this. But you can see in the middle there's nothing in between those little vocal takes there. There's no little tiny waveforms or anything like that. So this does in fact work. I'm so sorry that I fucked that up. That is the workaround if you want to be able to do some overdubs on any existing tracks or just demoing things like that. So the way this is set up right now, and I'm hoping that maybe Rode will see this, and maybe I'm totally missing it and they can correct me. That'd be awesome. If you want to leave a comment below, Rode, that'd be sick, and let me know. But maybe it could come in a future update or something. But as of now, you can't, like, I wouldn't be able to track, like, if I was gonna mic it like a kick snare, maybe overhead or something, you wouldn't be able to do it and get your isolation like you would. All the mics will be recorded onto the one track no matter what. So you would have to do one track at a time. So if you got like let's say you recorded a song and you got your instrumental and you just need to do your vocal, this would be perfect for that, because you could drop in the track here and then start doing your vocals on top of it one at a time. Another thing to note is that when I go into multi-track, I have it set to pre-fader. That doesn't seem to matter, because if I push the volume on the guitar like all the way up, or if I bring it all the way down, the waveform is different when it's done. It will be louder or quieter, but you certainly want to at least get your gain structure right coming out of your amp and in. As I said, I leave my level to 0 for the guitar, and I just had it set to unity. So if I wanted to get a little more signal, I would boost it here, and then Pro Tools would pick it up as a louder signal. I have it set to bypass processing, so because I don't want any compression or any effects or any EQs or anything going on in here, because I've already done it in the amp. I just want the exact tone that I've got from the amp coming in through the mic pre here. So all the processing is turned off in the tracking mode. This is what it looks like under Rode Central. These are the tracks. I got my SM7B, my guitar track, and then I've got my playback over here. Nothing in between, nothing over here. And you've got all these other tracks if you want to throw them in there. But as I said before, it doesn't really make any sense to add more, because you can only do one at a time anyway. I wanted to be able to control the playback with a fader, so that's why that's there. And as I said, I've completely cleared out all the smart pads because I don't want to accidentally trigger anything or anything like that. I just want to focus on the tracking part of it. So I hope that helps any musician out there that's been trying to figure out how to get this thing to record. I hope to see an update from Rode sometime soon to address this, so you don't have to do that workaround. I think that'd be great if there was like a music recording mode or something, or a music recording preset or anything like that. It would be great if I could actually do multi-track recording if I want to record a drum kit, or if I want to play guitar and sing at the same time and record those things separately. If I want to sing and play guitar at the same time, process them differently in post. As I said, Rode, if this is already a thing, please let me know, and I I will update this video and let people know about it. And if you, the viewer, have already figured this out or came up with your own workaround, I'd love to hear about it. Please leave a comment below. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell. I live stream every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern when I'm not on the road. Come hang out, join the channel, get yourself a little badge and play with emojis and chill with a lot of cool people. Make sure you check out my Discord server and don't forget the Ballyhoo Discord server. It's been a lot of fun building these communities. So the Rodecaster Pro 2, awesome device. I loved the first one. And I think I'm going to be even happier with this. And I love the idea that I can take this out on the road with me and I can leave my interface at home or even sell it. I won't need to bring a bunch of extra stuff. So thank you, Rode, for listening to your users, and really appreciate everything. You guys helping us make this stuff easier and less cumbersome, you know, when we got to travel with it. So please leave a like on the video if it helped you out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you know when I go live or upload a video. All right, guys, later.